So this is new. If you don't know me, I'm CJ. Hello. But a couple weeks ago, I had gotten to the point where I was even questioning God's existence. And we went on our winter trip, and God spoke to me through Josh. And he said, I am here. And I just kind of brushed it off like, oh, that's probably just something that Josh says to everyone. And then 2 weeks ago, right here at church, God spoke to me again. And he was like, you are my child and my warrior. I just kind of brushed that off too. Then Monday, at school, in the middle of math class, God spoke to me and he said, leave. I was like, what? And he said, get up and leave. So I basically sat in my chair in this position, trying to get myself to stand up and leave. So I finally got to the point where I raised my hand and the teacher said, yes? And I said, may I be excused? She gave me the dumbest look. She's like, she looked at me, then she looked at the class like, what is this idiot doing? And she eventually let me go. And I walked out of the classroom. And I was basically talking to myself in the hallway. And I said, okay, you got me out here, now what? And I basically just turned around and dropped to my knees and started singing Amazing Grace. For those of you who don't know, Amazing Grace goes like this. It goes, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound, that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. So I sat there for about 5 minutes, and here's some steps come around the corner here. Oh, shh! I'm not going to say that in church. And he goes into a classroom, and next thing I know, somebody's standing next to me, and they're like, are you alright? And I'm like, God, you sound kind of feminine. And I feel a tap on my shoulder, expecting to look up and see God standing there. It's teacher, disappointment. And she goes, do you need to go see the nurse? I was like, no, I'm just sitting here praying. She said, alright. And that's pretty awesome, to be in that kind of experience where people are worried about you. That's crazy. And then the teacher came back outside, a math teacher, because we had a test that day. And I was back praying, and she's like, are you alright? Need to go see the nurse? No, I'm just praying. Or are you ready to go back in? Like, her eyes were popped. I was like, yes, ma'am. I came in, she had the door open, and she said, oh, you're just praying. So the whole class heard what she said. So, that's kind of cool. That's probably spread around the school now. Hey, did you hear about that kid that was praying? But, spreading it around the school, that's really cool. Like, inviting people to church and getting them in church, and they're like, I'm in the temple of the Lord right now. But when something like that happens, a student can just come into, Easley High School or Pickens or Liberty and say, I'm in the temple of God right now.
Yeah.
And, that's just crazy. So, I'm basically done, but I'm going to leave with a challenge for you guys. You guys know how when we had our Hunger Games thing, and Josh told you to give that he would give you points if you brought your Bible or a friend. Well, I've got a challenge. How about we just do it?
Oh. Come
How
on.
about we just bring our friends to church and read our Bible and not expect anything from it?
Come on, CJ.
And that's it.
Come on.
That came from CJ. Chadwick Jr. It came from CJ. You know, he made a statement, and I'm going to over to Frank in just a moment. But he made a statement that said, why can't we go into the high school and say we're in the temple of God? You see, this is just a building. This is just 4 walls with a roof that you come in and we play ball, we play video games, we hang out. But can I tell you something? No matter where you go, the Spirit of God is there.
Yeah.
Because the Spirit of God isn't in just a building. It's not just in Eastleigh Church of God. It's not in Rock Springs. It's not in Redemption. It's not in New Spring. It's not just in those places. But the Spirit of God lives within you. You want to know how you make a difference in someone's life? You allow the Spirit of God to rise up within you, and you speak with boldness just like CJ did tonight. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and follow God.